everyone, I'm Shruti Kharbanda and I'm an astrologer, and welcome all the people who love listening about astrology. I would just like to share my opinion, my observation about the Raksha Bandhan and the Muhurat, because this is such a talked about topic today and it is taking rounds of the internet from last few days or say around a week. And since we all know that you must not tie Rakhi in the Bhadra Karan, or because there is a mythological story which supports this, which says that Shruti tied Rakhi to the Ravan. Sorry for the technical glitch. Shruti tied Rakhi to the Ravan under this Karan, and then and thereon his destruction, his decimation started. So should we actually believe that when we know that his life was already ordained? Like it was known to all the lords in the world that a Rakshas, Asur will take birth on this, in this mortal world, and then he will create destructions, and then even gods cannot refrain themselves from, abstain themselves from taking birth in this world and saving the mankind. So how does it actually, creates impact? It does definitely. As an astrologer, I will not say Karan doesn't have any impacts, because under my observation, when I talk about, I have seen Karan creating impacts only in the charts. As in when you are born, it does matter as a factor. It is a factor which matters, which creates some impacts in your life. It is calculated, analyzed in a chart when you are born. So when you are calculating, when you are visioning things for long run, then definitely it is a factor which you must analyze. It has certain impacts, because there is not enough research which could support this fact. There is not enough data which actually supports this thing. When you tie a Rakhi under the Bhadra Karan, your brother will also go down the drain. I would not like to talk about this in a light manner, although I am not trying to trivialize it at all. But what I mean to say, when your brother was born or your sister was born, they are human, they are mortals. When they were born, we took the screenshot of the planetary positions in the sky. So their destiny is preordained as well. And what we astrologers do, we analyze the Kundali and give you a bigger picture of your life, that you will have prosperity. Whether you will have prosperity, you will have certain level of health, how you will enjoy your health, and will you be able to enjoy your relationships? Will you have that personal self-satisfaction and fulfillment from the life? All of your relationship with your parents, with your siblings, with your husband, with your children, how is that going to be, and how long, the most importantly, how long you're going to live, so your longevity. These are all the things we analyze through a Kundali. And now coming, like when I see everything as preordained, definitely if you go through a negative period, your Vimshotri Dasha, your Kundali, your chart is definitely reflecting that. If you know how to read, please read it yourself, or you can consult a good astrologer. He can also, because it has to be verified in the Kundali. If it doesn't come in the Kundali, I do not think tying a Rakhi under a bad nakshatra would create an impact, negative impact rather to say. And the consequences or the results of a current matter, when you are going to do a karma which is going to have an impact over the upcoming generations also. Supposedly you build a building, and the construction of the building has to be strong enough to hold the building for 100 years to come, for 500 years to come, or for 1000 years to come. Since like our ancestors knew it all, and they were lucky to be born under those stars to create, to be building those buildings. Today we say the architecture, or today we say the historical buildings which held themselves for say around 700 years or 500 years, because today when we construct a building, it doesn't hold itself more than 100 years. So definitely Muhurat of starting the construction does matter when you are going to start something for the long run. Maybe for say your business, you have a vision of creating a business for coming generations to come. Say you want to build a business for 100, 200, 300 years, so that even your children and grandchildren and their grandchildren, so on and so forth, generations of your family can enjoy the fruits of that business and they can run that business successfully, you definitely then carve out a muhurat. You try to carve out a muhurat only from what is available right now. You cannot move the planets. We are mortals. We do not have that power to move the planets from one zodiac to another zodiac. They move. They are such heavy objects. They have their own speed. So that is how it goes. So in my observation, current impacts only when you decide to work upon something which can have long lasting impact. I do not think tying it should be counted in day-to-day life as in or in something which is eventually you are going to do every year. It is definitely to take good to take precautions, although nobody would want to fall into the mess of bad luck or running out of luck or for the negative energy. So I guess this is just a symptom. In my personal opinion, this is just a symptom which manifested itself, showing here onwards, you start the destruction. But that was a rare case. So like to the common being, it ideally must not affect. Rather, as a ritual, we observe Shraddh, we do the Pitru Puja in the month of Bhadrapad. And Uttar Bhadrapad and Purva Bhadrapad are nakshatras, which are nakshatras of fulfillment, like with at least one of the nakshatra which falls under the sign of Aquarius sign. Aquarius sign is although considered as Makish also, but it is a sign of fulfillment as well. So apply your own mind. Let's not go without looking at it at all, because ignorance is could be hazardous. But at least let's take well-informed decisions. Let's not fall for superstitions altogether, absolutely, or without considering the facts at all. Whatever information you have, whatever little thoughts you have, just pray to the Lord. And then, as we say in Gita, practice स्थित प्रज्ञ, स्थिर चित्त. जो भी हो इंसान के बस में तो नहीं है, हमारे बस में सिर्फ हमारा खुद का रिएक्शंस है. सो वी शुड टॉलरेट सर्दी गर्मी एज इज, and that's how it is. I just wanted to share my opinion. That's my personal observation. If you have any other observation, please share and write those down in the comment section. And let us enlighten each other, because nobody can say it, I know it all, even after you have invested decades into the field of astrology. Definitely you have massive wisdom, you might have gained a lot of knowledge, but still I believe this world is infinite. Even after achieving 50 years of wisdom, you cannot say that I know it all. This world is infinite. This world never reveals itself fully to a mortal being. Bye for now.